This is the I Podcast. Impactful, insightful, intelligent, inspirational, informative. The I Podcast. All right, this is the I Podcast with DJ Gucci and Steve. Steve, man, what's happening? It's been a minute. How you been?
Yeah, everything's been good. No complaints. I'm excited for this. So.
Yes. What's the topic today?
Well, we're gonna talk about the Diddy trials.
Yeah. That's a shining topic.
The overarching, industry, and I don't just want to make it about Diddy because I feel like all the conversations I've heard, it's all about him, but we don't talk about the people who groomed him, who trained him. Like, it's a culture in that industry. I think we should focus on him, but as well as what led up to him, doing what he did, because we hear more of these stories coming out now. So clearly it's a systemic issue. It's not just, one person.
All right. Now, I see what you're saying, Steve. Diddy is not the issue. Diddy is part of the issue.
Yeah.
So we should try to address the issue.
Yeah, the issue,
Right.
which is large. It's funny, right? At the beginning of the year or the end of last year, there was a movie. Do you know which movie I'm talking about?
No. What movie was
The movie was about child sex exploitation, trafficking.
That's on Netflix?
I don't know if it's on Netflix yet. Oh, let me see if I can find the movie. Give me a second. Google our friend.
Yeah. Meanwhile, though, Steve, I don't think Diddy's getting out. I think this is it for him.
Yeah, they gotta hang somebody, right? Diddy's the scapegoat, so. But they keep you focused on these people, and we never deal with the actual underlying issue. Hollywood is a trafficking ring, and this movie, I gotta find the name. This movie, they did not release it. Hollywood refused to release it, which tells you something, right? The only reason why it was released is because the directors and everybody involved put their own money in it. Hollywood did not release it.
Wow.
I'm trying to find the name of the actor. He played Passion of the Christ.
But Cat Williams warned us too.
Yeah.
Cat told us, man.
He did tell us. He said in 2024, all secrets will be revealed.
Yes.
So he did tell us.
Starting with Diddy.
I don't know if he said starting with Diddy. I think his exact quote was, all these big deviants are getting caught.
Speaking of Cat Williams, Steve, what do you think of Jaguar Wright?
Oh, Jaguar. People think she's a conspiracy theorist, but I don't. I watch Jaguar's content, and she's really smart if you really listen to her. Is there a little bit of mental illness going on with her?
I can see.
Most definitely, but doesn't mean she's lying. She says she got receipts, and nobody wants to sue her. If she's lying, sue her. Why do you think they don't want to sue her?
What are you gonna get from suing Jaguar Wright, Steve?
They're trying to. Well, they try to kill her. She said that. They try to kill her. So she said that the only reason why they're not suing her is because if they sue her for defamation, all that information, whatever comes out of the case, it's public record.
I don't think that's the case, though. I think Jaguar Wright is like, what's that guy named? Orlando Bloom, right?
Orlando Bloom.
No, Brown.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Orlando Brown.
He's worse. He's got way more going on than this girl.
Yeah, all in the wrong.
She's on meds. He's not. Clearly, he's not. I love him. I think he's hilarious. I don't know why he doesn't do stand-up comedy because he's so funny. But he clearly has something going on with him that.
But I don't call these guys funny though, Steve. I think something's seriously wrong with these guys.
I found the movie. But
What's the movie?
Sound of Freedom.
Sound of Freedom.
Yeah, I went to go watch it in the movie. It's based on a true story. We're not going to talk about it because you haven't watched it. Maybe we could do a movie review. We should, right? We should do a movie review of that because basically he is fighting people. I don't want to say it's Epstein's Island, but it's like Epstein's Island where this cop basically busted this whole child sex trafficking ring.
Oh, shit.
But when you really look at it, there's a connection between Hollywood and this sex trafficking ring. Let's look at Epstein, right? There was a lot of politicians. There was a lot of famous people who were going on this island and who were doing these. This is a culture, right? And I'm going back even further. You know who Corey Feldman is?
No.
He played in the Goonies. Remember the Goonies? Goonies? Come on, bro. I don't want to put your age out. I'm gonna stop. You should know the Goonies. Who doesn't know the Goonies?
Don't let this gray boyhead fool you. I'm young, man.
Well, he's not young, so he's way older than both of us. But I mean, I remember the Goonies. Like that's the only thing he played in a lot of movies from the '80s. I think there's two Corys. I think I'm confusing them. But and for those who are watching, you know which Corey I'm talking about. He talks about how growing up in Hollywood as a child star, how they touch all of them. Like they pass them around. Like this is a ring. And so he's the one that really started this. Like, bringing it. And then as he started having more conversations, R. Kelly got arrested. And all these other things started coming out. So shout outs to him for just bringing attention to it. Because it really picked up after he started speaking on it. So it ain't really, Diddy. No, it's Hollywood.
It's Hollywood.
It's Hollywood.
Wow.
And I'm like, it's fine if, you find willing participants to do that stuff, but you're trafficking kids, you're moving them, they're keeping them as slaves, some of them. Like, I'm like, it's some real dark stuff,
And then these are the guys that little kids are looking up to.
Yeah.
And this is my problem right there, Steve.
Yeah.
One thing that you warned me recently was about Diddy's mother. You told me somehow that you think Diddy's mom either knew or had something to do with this. Not directly, maybe in the upbringing of Diddy.
She overlooks a lot of things. But I mean, if you look at his family history, Diddy's father was a gangster, drug dealer. I don't think his mother was any better, but I'm hearing that that's not even really his mother. That's like his aunt or something.
Oh,
so,
really?
I don't know if that's true. So I'm hearing it, but I haven't vetted what other people are saying. Like, is that true? That's something that I would have to look into more. But either way, whatever she is for him, she's got the same gangster, manipulative attitude that he does, so the apple doesn't fall from the tree. Like,
she does look like a queen pin.
Yeah, she really does.
She used to date a guy named Zip. Zip was a killer. They said better yet, Zip is the one who shot Tupac. Zip killed Tupac.
I don't know what's true.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing I could say is I believe that Diddy had something to do with it. The only reason why I can say that is because the people who used to do security for him are coming out. One of them got arrested, says like, yeah, he paid me mad money to kill these people.
Wow.
And so he actually got arrested for that. So if you think the Tupac and Biggie thing aren't going to come up, you're like living in La La Land. They're going to pin that on him because they already arrested that guy, and that guy snitched on him. So where do you think this is coming from? You think the free call stuff? You think they didn't snitch on Diddy? Like he didn't snitch on Diddy? Or not only did he pay me to kill these people, but this is what he's doing. You know, because all his security guards seen him engage in these behaviors. You know.
Wow.
So it's like, and more than one of them, you know, Gene Deal, and I don't know the other guy's name. Gene Deal didn't see the free calls per se, but he saw the manipulation and the, you know, beating of the women.
But my issue with that, Steve, none of them said anything. None of them even spoke up, Steve, until Cassie started speaking up.
I can't say that. The other guy, okay. I can't say that for both of them because you got to go back on the internet. Both of these security guards did speak. Let me talk about Gene Deal. The other guy is shady, so I don't think, even if he said something, I'm pretty sure he was okay with it as long as he was getting money. The shorter guy, Gene Deal, told people, like he told Diddy, when I'm around, you ain't doing this, or he's gonna handle him. And so that was low-key a threat, but from what I gathered, Diddy had a respect for that guy, like he was a father figure to him, and so he didn't do any of those type of behaviors around him. But after he quit and left, things kind of escalated clearly from what we could see. But I can't say that he didn't say anything because he kept Diddy in check. But once he left, Diddy kind of wild out. I'm not gonna poo-poo on that guy because he seems like a very respectable guy.
Okay. But now let's go back to the legal case. So you think Diddy will get bail or not?
I don't think. No, he offered $50 million. They don't care about his money. They want. I think they want him dead. I don't really think they want, because the trial is next summer.
May, something like, I think.
Yeah, May.
Sometime.
So I'm like, I think they're trying to keep him in that prison, and they want him to get killed. There's just no way. There's absolutely no way why they're going about it. You guys should look at lawyers react on YouTube. There's lawyers that are reacting to this. They're like, this doesn't make sense the way they're going about the case. If you really think he's guilty, why not just go straight to trial and handle it? You have all this evidence, right? What's the wait?
No, but trial takes time and money. So the state gotta get ready, and the state are going through 90 terabytes. 90 terabytes of stuff
They did
that they found in his house.
They also said that, but they also said you could start. Don't try to look at everything. There's the 120 cases that has nothing to do with the federal cases. I like the way they're handling it, the way they're compartmentalizing it. They're not grouping all 120 people together to do one massive big case. They're doing it on an individual basis. So each person in that case will have their own trial. And I like the way they're doing that, because then you could look at each tape, each evidence by itself and convict them on, because if one fails, you have 120 more to go through. If you take one or two videos and you start, like getting one or two people, and you don't take all 90 terabytes of information, but just pick and choose, you can get him, convicted on different stuff. You feel me?
But I don't like that though, Steve. I got a problem with that.
You got a problem with that?
Yeah, the problem that I have with that, one non-credible accuser,
Yes,
can make it bad for all the rest of them.
Well, I'm not saying go quick. That's why you vet the people. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about tapes that you see him doing illegal stuff.
But I don't think these are the 120 people.
No, these are not. We're talking about two different things.
Okay,
We're talking about, I was using the 120 people as an example.
All right.
Of what the feds could do. But, no, that's not what we're talking about. I can guarantee you some of the 120 people are not credible from some of the things that I'm hearing, which is why they haven't actually started any cases against them. They're still vetting those people, which I understand that. But the feds have way more things in their hands than the other side does. So I'm like, if you see a child being raped, literally talk to the people, find out how old they were, where did this take place, and then just do it one person at a time, and then, okay, we're going to take you to court for this one person. Right? And then we're going to take you to court for this other person, and then this other person, because there's a lot of people. So if you really want to get him, you'll bankrupt him because he's going to forever be going to court for person to person to person. Diddy's done, but it's not just to make an example out of him, but it's to nudge him to, you want this to stop, start snitching. Because there is a cultic thing going on in Hollywood that's unsafe for people. Like, literally, people are giving their kids to these producers because they can't take care of their kids. Like, Justin Bieber was given to Usher, and Usher gave him to Diddy. That sounds crazy.
That's what I heard.
But when you hear the...
Allegedly.
Sorry, you're right. Allegedly. Because... Well, I mean, is it allegedly? We're gonna keep it as alleged. Because yesterday I saw a video. It was so bad. The moment the person posted, YouTube removed it. It was of Justin Bieber and P Diddy. You could find the thumbnail, but you're not gonna see the video. They took it down immediately. So I'm like, oh, what was on it? If anyone saw that video, please comment on what you saw, because I didn't see it. I just saw the thumbnail and I'm like, oh, it looked bad.
Send us that video too. Post the link. Okay, if you saw it, send it to us somehow.
I'll go back in my history and I'll try to send you the thumbnail. But yeah, they removed it immediately because it had adult content in it.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, dang, did someone really post that on YouTube? But... yeah.
But it could have been deep fake too.
It could have been deep faked. Yeah. AI is crazy now, so you never know. Yeah. What can you even believe? VHS tapes? I don't know.
Now the $1 million question, Steve. Did he do it?
Did he do it? Yeah, I think we know he did it.
Here's what I think. I think he did enough. I'm not sure if he did everything that they are saying he did, but I think I've seen it all. I've seen enough.
I think he did it. Though.
Yeah, seeing him what he did to Cassie at the hotel lobby, that was it for me.
I mean, okay, I'm gonna play devil's advocate because we don't know what happened. We know she was trying to leave and he did an inappropriate thing by putting his hands on her. That's what we know. But in context, what his mother tried to paint what's going on is that she was doing stuff too, and then she tried to leave after doing whatever negative thing that she tried to say Cassie did. And that's why he put hands on her, which just doesn't justify it. That's not what I'm trying to do. But I'm saying sometimes people can be provoked, and that's the defense he's going to try to use when that's brought up. But is that true? Because, hey, look, listen, if you did some, what's the nice word? If you did something messed up to antagonize me, I might just go off on you like that. I don't know that I've never put hands on a woman.
No, I don't think.
Steve,
I don't think. Steve, I know you personally.
I would talk a lot of shit, but
Steve,
I
know you
put hands on nobody.
Steve. You will never.
I would never do. But he has an anger issue, so maybe Maybe because depending on how it plays out in court, they might say, "Well, he needs some anger management." Clearly,
This was beyond anger management. What I think this is someone with a lot of power mixed with a lot of anger, thinking that he can do whatever he wants to anyone, to whomever he wants to, and get away with it.
yeah.
That's why that day he thought he was the only person on earth with that tape.
Yeah.
He literally paid for the tape.
He paid for the tape, which, like, I'm like, bro, you're not smart because you paid for it. You think someone in the hotel's not thinking, I might want to keep a backup.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
And Steve, there is nothing that Cassie could do to Diddy that warranted that reaction.
no, you don't beat. There's plenty, like Bill Burr says, there's plenty of reasons to hit a woman. You just don't do it. Hey,
I don't like that analogy either, man.
it was a funny bit. He's like, he gave some examples, the nagging and because sometimes these women be slapping men, but you walk away. You don't put hands on them,
Yeah.
Like, I'm just saying, you just walk away.
Especially,
You don't put yourself in a position like that.
especially my daughter is turning 2 years old this month, man. Looking at that little buggy,
Yeah, I got you.
For someone to hit that girl,
Nah, you just don't do it. Like, a better analogy is, I don't remember who said it. I think I was watching this kind of like counseling thing, and they're like, they're given their personal experience where their husband put hands on them, but it wasn't like to beat them. It was like in a playful way, but it rubbed her the wrong way. Mm-hmm. And she left the house. She's like, if you ever put hands on me like that again, even playing, we shouldn't do certain things. And that got it into his head that, hey, look, listen, even certain things I can't do because she's not going to accept that because it could turn into something else. Certain ways you play with people could turn into, or can be perceived in a certain way. Right. So it's like, you just don't do it, And I think that's a good rule of thumb, If someone even, like, in anger or as, they're upset with you, they throw a pillow at you or they cut it off. Make that point. I won't be in the same house as you. We will not be in a relationship. This was unacceptable. You crossed a boundary. I'm not dealing with it. Because if they can throw a pillow at you, what else can they do? Wow. Like, in anger, you shouldn't be throwing things. You shouldn't be putting hands on people. You shouldn't be expressing your anger in that way. You got to find healthy ways of expressing yourself. And if you can't find that on your own, maybe you need some help to find that. And I feel like it's hypocritical coming from me. Not that I've ever put my hands on people, but I definitely talk a lot of shit, Mm-hmm. Which that's not good either. So that's something that I'm working on, The sarcasm, I don't know that people like it because it rubs them the wrong way. Like, you could tell earlier with my dad, I'm like, I ain't got nothing to do with me, and he didn't like that.
And then what I think is, Steve, Diddy's attorney is making things worse.
I don't even know what his attorneys are doing. Let me know.
They have excuses for days. He claimed that the Diddy, he called it a fight, the Diddy Cassie fight. First of all, that was not a fight. That was abuse.
That was not a fight. That was a beating.
All right. That was a beating. And then he's saying that was a result of a 10-year relationship. Really?
Yeah.
If that was a result of an argument from a 10-year relationship, then there is way more. There is way more than we don't know about yet.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's making it worse for Diddy. The way I'm saying it, Diddy was beating that girl 24/7.
Yeah, dude, there are people who have come out online, her best friends, people who worked with Diddy, who says they saw this.
Wow.
So I'm pretty sure the FBI are reaching out to those people because they saw more than just her getting beat. And to go back to an earlier point you made, none of them said anything. Yeah, a lot of them didn't say anything. Like her best friend, who was helping her produce things, didn't say anything because she was terrified. When she tried to approach people about it, other people were protecting him. So how do you fight like $1 billion protected
Guy with a lot of power.
Yeah, he's got a lot of power. Like, how do you fight that? Like, no, you just shut up and you keep it moving, or you quit.
Someone said Diddy in one of his songs shot a guy in the bathroom of a nightclub. And that's recent. They shot the guy
I'm trying to think who said it.
and got rid of the body.
Oh, I'm thinking of two different stories.
No, that's not the story.
Yeah, that's
Diddy with nightclubs, he shot a lot of
people
in the nightclubs. That's Diddy's things.
Yeah.
But I heard recently he shot a guy somewhere in, I think, in LA or Miami. He shot the guy recently, and they can never find the body until now.
Hey.
Allegedly.
What was... I'm trying to think. John Wick, there's a lot of mafia movies where they have cleanup people who come and get rid of the bodies. So I don't know if Diddy has a cleanup person, but that's how you make bodies disappear.
Oh.
Get your cleanup guy to do it.
Now, since I'm a businessman, Steve, let's put the business in perspective. I think Diddy was worth a few $1 billion, not million. He was worth billions of dollars before those accusations and stuff.
Yeah.
And based on my research, what I discovered, this man will always be rich somehow, man. He will always be rich. He has different LLCs under his kids' names, under his daughter's names, baby mama's names, under his mom's names. So I think this guy is gonna, unfortunately, be rich for life.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate, though.
But if he gets life and they freeze his assets, his kids will be rich. And he'll have to get money through his kids, but I'm sure they're gonna block him. They're gonna make his life miserable. That's because denying him bail when he says he'll put up
$50 million.
I think that sends a message that we're not working with you in any type of way. Like, that sent a message.
But I think Diddy was gonna skip bail as well.
I don't. You know, the reason why I don't think he was going to do it is because there's a level of what's going on with the FBI where some of them were in cahoots with him, you know? So in his head, he's like, I could probably beat this. I'm pretty sure he's thinking that, you know? So some people are trying to save their own butts by, you know, giving up Diddy and distancing themselves, but there were some politicians and government officials and people from different agencies involved in those freak-offs. So I heard that too, like a couple days ago. I'm like, that's crazy. So I think these people are trying to protect themselves by giving him like some maximum punishment.
Wow. So Diddy is dead. Diddy is done.
He's done.
Yes, indeed.
Because he got tapes on them too. Like, you can't threaten everybody and think you're just gonna get away with it. Maybe if you wasn't threatening everybody, you would be fine, but I don't know, he did too much.
Plus, just recently I heard Diddy was even calling those witnesses, calling every single witness, saying that, hey, don't testify, I'll pay you, do this, do that.
I think you mean his lawyers. I don't think he got that much phone time in prison. He's in isolation, away from everybody. Probably his lawyers are doing some criminal things, calling people, trying to intimidate them.
Allegedly.
Because we don't know nothing. We're not part of this. But, yeah.
All right. As we proceed to give you what you need, this is the I Podcast. And this was an episode on Diddy. Very, very important episode. Very important talk. Domestic violence against women has to stop. Rape has to stop.
Against men, too, because it happens.
Against men as well.
Because, I mean, if we're talking about Diddy, he didn't just rape women or beat women. He beat guys, too. Allegedly, yes.
So, when you see Diddy, hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your husband.
Because they raping everybody up in here.
Allegedly. All right, Steve, man. Good talk, man. Good talk. This is the I Podcast. I'll see you next time. Peace.